Okay. Good day everyone. This is Engineer Armando Omanito and this is a continuation of videos 24A up to 24G. So I advise you to please watch first those videos so that you will understand everything that will be tackled here in this video. So, this is how to check your answers or how will you know if your answers are correct or the factors that you got like this one in video 24A, x minus 4 and x minus 5 are correct. So, we will now tackle the best and most convenient way to check if your answers are correct. So in video 24A, we have the equation x squared minus 9x plus 20. So equate this to 0. And then we got the factors to be quantity x minus 4 multiplied by quantity x minus 5. And then equate again this to 0. So equate x minus 4 to 0. So x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to transpose negative 4 will become positive 4. So x is equal to 4. And then the other one, x minus 5 is equal to 0. Transpose negative 5, so x is equal to 5. And then, substitute the values of x to the original equation. So let us first transfer or substitute the values of x 4 in the original equation. So, x squared, so 4 squared minus 9 multiplied by x, which is 4, plus 20, is this equal to 0? So, we have 4 squared is equal to 16, minus 9 times 4 is negative 36, plus 20, is this equal to 0? So, we have here 16 plus 20 is equal to 36, and then minus 36 is equal to 0. So, therefore, 0 is equal to 0. So that means that x minus 4 as the first factor is correct. So do the checking for the other value, which is x is equal to 5. Okay? And then also in video 24B and 24C, you can do the checking by yourself. Okay? So let's go now to video 24D. In video 24D, we have the equation to be 6 minus 5y minus y squared, and then equate this to 0. So, we got the factors to be quantity 6 plus y and then multiplied by quantity 1 minus y, equate this to 0. So, equate each factor to 0, 6 plus y is equal to 0, or y transpose positive 6 will become negative 6. So, y is equal to negative 6. And then the other one, 1 minus y is equal to 0. So, transpose y, 1 is equal to y, since negative here in the left side, and then y, or by identity property, y is equal to 1. So, substitute the values to the original equation. So, let's try first y is equal to negative 6. So, here we have 6 minus 5, y is equal to negative 6, minus quantity negative 6 quantity squared. Is this equal to 0? So, we have here 6, and then negative 5 times negative 6 is equal to positive 30. And then minus negative 6 squared is 36, and then the sign here is negative. Is this equal to 0? So, we have here 6 plus 30 is equal to 36, and then minus 36 is equal to 0. So, 0 therefore is equal to 0. So, that means that the factors 6 plus y is correct. And then, so, I leave to you to answer or to check for the other value, which is y is equal to 1. And then, we have video 24E. So, in video 24E, we have two variables, x and y. So, we have x squared minus 18xy plus 17y squared, equate this to 0. So, we got the factors to be quantity x minus 17y times quantity x minus y is equal to 0. So, equate each factor to 0. X minus 17y is equal to 0. So, therefore, x is equal to 17y. And the other one, x minus y is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to y. So, let's now substitute the values to the original equation. So, we have x is equal to 17y. So, substitute the value of x, substitute the value of x, 17y, to the original equation. So, we have x squared or 17y quantity squared minus 18x is equal to 17y multiplied by y plus 17y squared. Is this equal to 0? So, 17y squared is equal to 289y squared minus 18 times 17 is equal to 306. Y times y is y squared plus 17y squared. Is this equal to 0? So, we have 289y squared plus 17y squared is equal to 306y squared. So, minus 306y squared is equal to 0. So, 0 therefore is equal to 0. So, that means that the factor x minus 17y is correct. So, I leave to you to solve or to check for the other values, which is x is equal to y. Okay. So, let's go to video 24F. So, in video 24F, we have the equation. We have a two variables in this video 24F. We have h squared k squared minus 21hk plus 20 is equal to 0. So, we got the factors to be hk minus 20 multiplied by quantity hk minus 1 is equal to 0. So, equate that each factors to 0. So, hk minus 20 is equal to 0. hk is equal to 20. And then the other one, hk minus 1 is equal to 0. hk is equal to 1. Also, we should know that h squared, k squared can be written as quantity hk quantity squared because they have the same or similar exponent. So, let's go to checking. So, the first value is hk is equal to 20. Okay. So, 20 or h squared k squared is 20 squared minus 21 hk, which is 20 plus 20, is this equal to 0? So, we have 20 quantity squared is 400 minus 21 times 20 is 420 plus 20 is this equal to 0? So, we have 400 plus 20 is 420 minus 420 is equal to 0. So, therefore, 0 is equal to 0. That means our factor hk minus 20 is correct. So, I will leave to you the checking for the other value, which is hk is equal to 1. Now, let's go to the last video 24G. So, in video 24G, we have three variables, a, b, and x. So, we have the equation a to the 6 b squared minus 5a cubed bx minus 24x squared is equal to 0. So, we should also know that a to the 6 b squared can be written as a cubed b quantity squared. So, because they have the similar exponent of 2. So, the factors that we got are quantity a cubed b minus 8x and then quantity a cubed b plus 3x is equal to 0. So, equate each factor to 0. A cubed b minus 8x is equal to 0 or a cubed b is equal to 8x. And then the other one, a cubed b plus 3x is equal to 0. So, a cubed b is equal to negative 3x. So, let's substitute the value of a cubed b to be x. So, in the original equation here, a cubed b quantity squared or 8x, since this is equal to 8x, minus 5, and then a cubed b, which is again 8x, and then multiplied by x, minus 24x squared, is this equal to 0? So, 8x squared is equal to 64, 8x squared, quantity 8x quantity squared is equal to 64x squared minus 5 times 8 is 40, and then x times x is x squared. Minus 24x squared. Is this equal to 0? 64x squared minus, so 40 minus 40x squared minus 24x squared is equal to negative or minus 64x squared. So 64x squared minus 64x squared is equal to 0. So 0 therefore is equal to 0. So therefore, the factor a cubed b minus 8x is equal to 0. So let's go to the last one. Substitute negative 3x. So a cubed b, here, a cube b, they, wait, okay, so let's substitute the value of a cube b. So we have here a cube b quantity squared. So negative 3x, or the value of a cube b quantity is squared, minus 5 multiplied by a cube b times negative 3x times x minus 24x squared. Is this equal to 0? So we have quantity negative 3x quantity squared is equal to 9x squared. And then negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. X times x is equal to x squared. Minus 24x squared. Is this equal to 0? So we have 9 plus 15 is 24x squared. And then minus 24x squared is equal to 0. So 0 therefore is equal to 0. So that means that the other factor, a cubed b plus 3x, is correct. So that's all for today, and I hope that you learned something in our lesson. Again, this is Engineer Armando Omanito. Until next time, and may God bless us all.